Sure. Stay safe. See you in Chang'an. I'm off. Sure. Stay safe. See you in Chang'an. I'm off. You don't necessarily have to have a big smile on your face, but when you kind of imagine you're smiling with your voice, see you in Chang'an. I'm off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. My name is Daniel Sean Smith, professional voice actor and
Spiderman?
Sorry for swinging by without an invite.
Hey, give that back! Birthday cake? Check.
Today we are breaking down the character I play, Xiaolian, in Where Winds Meet. So I'm going to be breaking down some voice acting tips on, how I kind of developed this character, kind of different emotional beats and different tricks and techniques that I use to help you out on your voice acting career. Now, if you want to go more into depth on how I booked these characters, how I started as a voice actor, and how I got to where I am today, full-time, professional, consistently booking, consider joining my Power Up Voice Acting School. Right now, it's free for a limited time, so if you are interested in joining that, I break down every detail, anything you need to know, video courses, live chat, coaching calls, so whatever you need is in the Power Up Voice Acting School, so link is in the description. All right, let's get started. Here.
For me? You...
I brought two. You can have one. I brought two. You can have one. Understand too is that, like, when I'm coaching voice actors, a lot of the times, and this is normal, this is okay, but, it's kind of sped through. Like, people tend to speed through lines, right? But if you really understand that, you can slow down. It's okay to slow down on words. It's okay to add in breaths or pauses, because what that does is it adds weight to what you're saying, right? If you are to emphasize certain words and kind of pause and breathe, that adds a lot more, weight and more importance to certain words if you were to do that. I brought two. You can have one, instead of I brought two, you can have one. I brought two, you can have one.
Why?
We're the same. You're heading east, sir. You want to go home, right? And when you're talking quietly like that, you're heading east, sir. You want to go home, right? You don't necessarily have to, you're still acting, but really, if you want to kind of sound like you're not whispering, but you're talking very, like, low, you still have to act, but you can imagine, like, or visualize you're talking to someone you really care about and they're very tired and sick. You're heading east, sir. You want to go home, right? The mic will pick it up. You're still acting. Even though your volume is lower in your speaking voice, the mic's gonna pick it up. So as long as you're acting and you're truthful to what you're saying, then the mic's gonna pick it up and you'll be taken care of. This is your best friend right here, the mic. You take care of the mic, and the mic will take care of you.
Go home. You...
Sure. Stay safe. See you in Chang'an. I'm off. Sure. Stay safe. See you in Chang'an. I'm off. You know what I mean? Like, you can, one thing I really talk about is really, you don't necessarily have to have a big smile on your face, but when you kind of imagine you're smiling with your voice, see you in Chang'an. I'm off. You can really just, I like to picture someone that I really care about. Right? And I'm not even thinking like, okay, I have to smile. Yes, you do consciously want to smile, but you thinking about them smiling at you, that can create you to naturally smile. You know what I mean? See you in Chang'an. I'm off. Rather than, oh, I have to smile here. Yes, you do have to smile, but when they're smiling at you, that's going to cause a reaction in you.
Hey! I'll pay you back.
That's...
This coin, it's marked the 15th year of Dolly.
But Dali... There ain't no 15th year. But Dali... There ain't no 15th year. You know? Emotional scenes like this, understand too, is you don't have to be so big, right? If you were to kind of have your energy and emotion kind of inward, right? You kind of have it like right in here in your body, and then not necessarily projecting with your voice, but kind of like barely speaking, that's going to sound a certain way. Now, there are tricks and techniques to kind of get emotional. What I like to do is I like to personalize it. Someone that I really care about, you know, this is the last time I'm going to see them. You know, I just really like, you know, I'm with them, and this is going to be the last time I'm going to see them, you know? And I don't like to use real traumatic events that happened to me in my life, but I like to use something if that were to happen to someone I care about. If I were to see this person the last time I ever saw them, how would that make you feel? You know what I mean? And again, it's going to take practice really to kind of like get in these emotional scenes, you know, really just kind of strengthen that visualization muscle, strengthen that muscle of using your body, because acting is physical, it's physiological, you know, using your mind and your body, and just kind of, you know, practice that, because over time you're going to become better at it. And I highly recommend personalizing things so you can tap into those emotions a lot quicker than if you're creating something that's not real to you and has no meaning to you. And again, imagine what if something were to happen to someone you care about compared to using something that actually happened to you. Again, that's debatable, but in my opinion, that can really cause some mental health damage if you're constantly going back to traumatic events, you know? But yeah. And again, my Power Up Voice Acting School is free, so if you're consider joining, again, we do coaching calls, how to get started, any questions or concerns that you have, and you know, really just to grow your voiceover career. That's what I'm here for, and that's why I created the school. So link is in the description. Other than that, thank you all for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if I missed anything or if you have any questions or concerns, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.